general nature thereof before items are discussed. Are there any declarations this afternoon?
No.
I see none. We need an approval and adoption of the public meeting minutes from June 6, 2023, please. Moved by Councillor Epps, seconded by Councillor Buchwald. Are there any errors or omissions? I see none. All in favor? Thank you. The applicant's seasonal cottage is being taken down and a new seasonal structure will be constructed. The applicant's seasonal cottage setbacks are grandfathered in. The reason for the minor variance is to seek relief to increase the footprint and volume while maintaining the existing setback from the water. The original footprint is 790 square feet and sits on an average of 46 feet from the water's edge. New footprint will be 1,146 square feet, which includes the proposed addition. The second floor is 690 square feet and is open to below. It is the recommendation that the committee require the following conditions. 1, that the roof porch of the porch remain unenclosed. 2, that mitigation measures be implemented to address potential impacts on lake water quality. That eavesdropping be installed on the cottage, and that the eavesdropping is to direct runoff from the roof away from the lake. The downspout should be directed to a drywall cistern, rain garden, or drywall, or other feature that will allow water to infiltrate the soil as opposed to running overland. B, the extent of exposed soils is to be kept to a minimum at all times. Revegetation with native trees and shrubs of exposed, non-developed areas is to be achieved as soon as possible. C, erosion and sediment control measures are a critical component of the construction work. Effective sediment and erosion control measures are to be maintained until complete revegetation of disturbed areas is achieved. Where soil conditions permit, silt fencing is to be installed along the edges of the work areas. Fencing is to be properly dug in to treat any surface water flow and is maintained as required, including removal of accumulated sediment. D, construction debris, building materials, and equipment should be kept as far away from the shoreline as possible. The subject land is described as part of Lot 29, Concession 12, Parcel 5, in the geographic township of South Algona, 111 Myanmar Lane. Sorry, had to read it again. The public meeting is a requirement of the Public Planning Act. In accordance with the Planning Act, notice must be given to all neighbors at least 10 days before the public meeting is held. Would the clerk please report on circulation of notice?
On August 18, 2023, the notice was circulated to all property owners within 60 meters of the subject property. Notice of the meeting was posted on the township's website.
Thank you. The 10-day notice have been given. I now declare this meeting properly constituted to transact its business. Would the clerk please report on any written comments received?
There was none received.
Thank you. Do any members of the public wish to speak to the minor variance? I see none. Does the owner or agent for the property wish to speak to the minor variance? I see none. Are there any questions or comments from the Committee of Adjustment?
You want to make a comment?
Okay. No, I just like to go 4 feet back and do 12 for stone load, and it's a high rocky shore. When we flooded for 100 years, we were one of the few lots that never got touched. No water came over.
This is actually for the Committee of Adjustment at this point. I'm assuming that's the owner or agent in the room.
Yes, you asked him for a comment.
No, I asked from Committee of Adjustment.
Okay.
I already went through owner or agent, and if the owner or agent wishes to speak, could you come a little closer so that those of us on Zoom can see you?
Come sit right here. This is the microphone.
Sneak in beside John F.
I was sitting in the back corner. Okay, I'm a little deaf. That's why I'm trying to. Okay.
Did you have any comments?
So am I. That's why I needed you to come closer.
Do you have any comments you have?
About what in specific, anything
So we're deciding about your application. Do
Right?
you have anything you want to say that would help us decide?
Okay, basically, the cottage was never well built. And the roof came down in a heavy snow load. So I want to renovate it. I'm the last guy, the generation following, they're all girls. And the screw piles, basically, it's got to be jacked up with 20-ton jacks every spring, and that's always be me. And I can't see any of them doing that. The walls were never straight after they got spread and water came in. I got black mold in the wall.
Mr. Regular, if I may, this isn't about your build. That is completely on the CBO, how you build. All we're deciding on is I think we're all happy with the fact that you're using the setbacks and you've got some conditions to uphold. I don't think any of the conditions are necessarily onerous. But no, the build is between you and our CBO, Daryl Wagner.
Right. Well, basically, I just wanted to grandfather this thing for the kids. I want to do it right. Like nothing on the, like the setbacks don't conform to today's standard. The one good thing about the property is when they put the septic bed in, they put it right at the back of the property, which is, way away from the lake, and that actually would conform to setbacks today. The building itself didn't. I'm in the process of buying the shoreline allowance, which helps things a little bit. Adam Kaspernek was down last week finishing the survey. I don't know if he's brought that in yet, but the survey will be complete and we'll have a more accurate site plan for the building and everything to go with it. So I'm trying to do everything by the numbers for the kids, the grandkids, get everything in order and just clean everything up that was not conforming. One thing is we're in a heavy snow load and we've had 2 events on the roof. And I told my guy designing bulletproof on the snow load. He said, never come down. Gonna build it like building code is 10 years in the future. You're gonna go 12-12. Weight carries from the top of the roof right down to your screw piles. Everything's bolted together. And it's 2x10 instead of 2x8. He said it'll never move for 100 years.
Well, that's fantastic, sir. But again, what you build is between you and Daryl. We're just
But
here to
that's
make
my
sure.
emphasis on why I'm asking for the bedrooms. The bedrooms are because we're kids now. So we're
And I
adding-
think it'll be a lovely sized home.
well,
But nobody contested this adjustment, so I see no problems. So thank you for your comments. Are there any questions or comments from the Committee of Adjustment? Excellent. Thank you for all reading your package and knowing that there are in fact some conditions. Again, I don't feel that any of these conditions are onerous, so thank you for that. This therefore completes the public meeting process. Committee will give careful consideration to the arguments for or and against the minor variance requested for this property. Section 45(1) of the Planning Act sets out 4 tests that are required to be met. In order to be approved, the application must meet all 4 tests. Does the application conform to the general intent and purpose of the official plan? Does the application conform to the general intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw? Is the application desirable for the appropriate development of the lands in question? Is the application minor? When determining if the application meets the 4 tests, the Committee of Adjustment will consider all comments and reports prior to making a decision. Is the committee prepared to make a decision for or against the minor variance? Are we all ready? Is everybody in favor of this minor variance? Can I see a show of hands? John? Oh, sorry, your arm's cut off.
Oh.
The decision of the Committee of Adjustment will be circulated to applicant and anyone who has submitted comments. Notice is hereby given that the last day for appealing this decision to the Ontario Land Tribunal is September 22nd, 2023. I declare this public meeting closed at 5:26 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Regier.
well, thank you very much.
Annette, do you need us to log out and log back in?
Yes, log back into the public meetings for council and then log out.